Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Victor, and today I'm going to talk about, can marijuana affect your ascension process, your awakening, your spiritual growth? Is it going to hinder it? Is it going to reduce your ability to ascend, etc.? This is a common question on many people's minds. Apparently in my awakening group, there's a big long discussion all about this. And today I'm going to talk about this very topic. Now, for one, I don't have an answer to that. I don't really believe anybody does. And that's because smoking marijuana or ingesting marijuana in any way, the effects is very individual. It's a subjective experience. So for one person, they might use marijuana and it might give them some benefits at some point in their life. Where other people, it's like it just makes them paranoid. It makes them, they can't help themselves but munch out and they gain a bunch of weight and they don't get anything done. But it's so common for people to cast these stereotypes and these like judgments on a thing, a substance, based on their own individual, unique, personal, subjective experience. When again, everyone responds differently to it. So the only person you should be asking this question is you. Just be honest with yourself. How is it affecting you? What are the results? You're ingesting marijuana. What happens? Okay, I get a buzz. I feel good. Okay, great. So, what's wrong with that? Well, it's preventing me from, implementing some of the things I'd like to be doing in my life. I find I just don't have the motivation after I smoke. Well, you kind of got to weigh it all, the benefit to, the pros. You got to weigh the pros and cons essentially, and just see where it falls in your own life, and just be very honest with, and then to make a decision accordingly. For me, I found it to be sort of both. In the beginning of my awakening, for many years in fact, I found a lot of benefits to smoking weed or using marijuana, whether it be a vaporizer or whatever. I found it sort of helped my symptoms. My physical symptoms at one point were obnoxious, and it made me feel better. It helped me get some sleep. And in fact, it kind of gave me some regularity with my sleep, which was something that a lot of people complain about, especially earlier on in their awakening. It also helped me lift my mood at times, because straight up, anyone's lying if they don't tell you that a part of the awakening, maybe some would argue a large chunk of it, freaking sucks. It's miserable, it's stressful, it's very unsettling, and kicking back and smoking weed at night kept me somewhat sane. I was a father, I had obligations, and it wasn't good for me to be all over the place in my mind like I was, and it sort of helped keep me kind of grounded in that regard. I also found it interesting that my high, the way I would be affected when I would ingest marijuana, changed as I shifted, as my consciousness expanded, and almost every time I would smoke or whatever, it would give me sort of a glimpse of like where I'm at now. And sometimes it was quite freaky, like damn, I'm pretty out there, man. Like it's like the reality really is changing, and I can it's just the way I perceive reality was pretty interesting to me. Now, the cons, well, there's a few of them. One of them is I had the munchies all the time, and there came a point where I really wanted to kind of diet down and get to a lean body fat percentage when I owned my gym, and it was just freaking impossible when I'd smoke weed at night. It was so hard not to munch out. And even though I could maybe white knuckle it once in a while, there were many times a week I would just fill up on a bunch of crap. So that was kind of an issue. That was getting in the way of goals I had. I also came to a point where I really wanted to get back into reading every single day. And the time I was able to do that was in the evening. And that was when I tended to smoke more. So I would smoke, and I was not really being very productive with reading. I could look at books and I could get into a little bit, but I was not comprehending anything very much. That's me. Some people, I'm sure, can smoke and comprehend just fine. I wasn't able to do that very well. I also had strong connotations with smoking weed and sort of chilling out, vegging out, just watching movies, watching YouTube videos that weren't really doing anything for me. And I would spend a lot of hours doing that and not get a lot of the things I wanted to get done. But again, that's me. That's my connotation, my experience. That very well might not be the case for a lot of you. And I eventually came to a point where I found it was best to quit for a while. I just stopped doing it because I had trouble controlling the behavior. And again, I started to have too many goals that were being negatively impacted by it. But again, at certain parts of my life, of my awakening, it was helpful. At other parts, it was not helpful, and I knew it was simply a habit that needed to now be transcended because I'm ready to move to this newer step, not a higher step, not the best next step, a different step. And now it became a point where it's got to go. And here I've sort of in a way come round full circle and reconciled all of that. Now I smoke weed infrequently, maybe a few times a month, just for fun and joy and pleasure because I like it. I enjoy it. I think it's extremely awesome to get high, to get the munchies, and go out to an awesome dinner having not eaten all day. It's a blissful experience. I just love it. I'm a foodie. Marijuana makes food taste a lot better, and I really enjoy it. And now I've developed so much momentum, and my other habits have become so ingrained, like my meditation, reading, my new career, daily YouTube videos. All these different things have become so, again, there's such momentum behind that it's not hard. It's not a struggle to not habitualize marijuana use anymore for me. So that's sort of my take on it. But again, what's important is you just ask yourself honestly, is it good for you at this point in your life? Are the benefits outweighing the things that are maybe not helping you? So that's my take, guys. It's an interesting topic. There's a lot of polarizing opinions, so I wanted to kind of share my piece on that. Take it or leave it. Have an amazing day, and I will speak to you all tomorrow. Much love. Peace.